Naughty for Rocks, Jay-Z hanging backstage at the Xcel Energy Center with Jacoby Shaddix from PAPA ROACH. And Jacoby, first of all, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Great to see you. It's been 2 years. Here we are back again. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Life's good. It's the final day of the first leg of Rise of the Roach, and it's a little bittersweet. We've had such a great time out here, and we were just doing the end of the tour photo with Rise and Under Oath, and just talking stories and rapping about life and just, telling each other how much we really, truly enjoyed this run together. And it's been a great vibe and a great time out here. So I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss this, but life's good.
All right, I got some questions here. Normally, I'm not a guy that writes my questions. I just go off the cuff, but I had some questions I wanted to write this time a little bit for you. So 2 years ago, you and I sat down, we talked at Rockfest, and you were just showing me some cool stuff that you got from them.
That's right.
For your wife, which is awesome. Ronnie Radke, obviously, at that time, had just done your reimagined version of Last Resort. It just came out. We talked about it, obviously. We talked about how your wife reacted to it, how Ronnie's girlfriend at the time reacted to that. My question is, now you just had your number one song, Even If It Kills Me, and you guys recently released it as a reimagined version.
Yes.
What inspired you to do this, first of all? And secondly, could we possibly hear past songs of PAPA ROACH in your catalog be reimagined?
Oh, yeah. So we went in and we finished up Even If It Kills Me, and in the era that we're in, there's always like, all right, let's do like the acoustic version, let's do the remix version, etc. So we went in to start doing the acoustic version, and then it really kind of just turned into something bigger than we thought it was. And when we stripped away everything and just, broke it down acoustic, it just felt like more special. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's just a cool challenge, and sometimes you hit the mark and sometimes you miss the mark. But with this one, I feel like the reimagined version of this, to me, is almost better than the original version. I really do love both of them, but there's something really special. We actually just shot a video for the stripped acoustic version here today, just before I got with you.
Nice.
Right here in the arena. And man, it's special. And I love it when we can take something and flip it on its head and look at it through a new pair of glasses. And so definitely it's special. And I think there'll be opportunities for us to do that with old songs and new songs. And I think, it just depends on if it's great. We'll release it if it is great or if it's not. And it's funny because people at our radio team heard the reimagined version and they were just like, oh, we could go to alternative with this. We could go to hot AC with this. This has a whole new life to it. And so you never know, what people are going to think about it, but I know that it was special, and so we just kept pressing it, and it seems to be getting a good reaction too. We released it, did a video for it, and it's going great.
It's doing awesome. Last year I had a chance to sit down with Chris Daughtry in Duluth. We hung out there, and I actually found out from Kurt that you and Daughtry were going to be on Family Feud.
Oh, yeah.
So how did that go? Obviously, I got to watch it, but what was it like to be on Family Feud?
It was a blast, man. That was like a bucket list dream right there. And Steve Harvey was hilarious. He's like, yo, listen, when I stand in front of this line, because they had a line on the stage, he's like, when I'm in front of this line, I can say whatever the hell I want to say. And then when I'm behind the line, I got to keep it PG. And so he just kept it right in front of the line in between takes and was just making the crowd just belly laugh. He had me rolling. He's legitimately like a hilarious guy. And so being on set and doing that was great. And it was cool too because we had our original drummer Dave Buckner from the band join us, which was awesome. And so I just think it was the P Roach family came to shine, and we pulled out a win. And it's cool because we did it for charity. Both Chris Daughtry and his whole team for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and same with us. We were both. So whoever won, it was for a great cause.
Right. That's exactly what it was, for suicide awareness of that.
Yep.
Kind of leads me to my next question, the song Leave a Light On. Chris, you recently just got a chance to sing that song live, I believe for the first time ever with Carrie Underwood last week. What was that like in Vegas?
Oh, it was awesome, man. I remember waking up in the middle of the night in a panic. My wife's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I literally was like sweating in my sleep. I'm like, I just had this nightmare that I was on stage with Carrie, and like my voice wasn't working. I couldn't sing. And it just kind of had me on the edge of my seat. I was tripping, and then we went to sound check, and it was amazing, and all my nerves were gone, and I was like, okay, cool. And Carrie's just so cool. She's such a class act and such a great singer. You know, to be able to sing with somebody so solid, and I mean, there's a reason why she won American Idol way back in the day, and she has the career that she has, and you know, she's got a big heart and just such an amazing talent. And she donated all the proceeds. And we met her, you know, the version of Carrie and Papa Roach together on Leave a Light On. Every penny goes to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
That's awesome.
And so, you know, just a cool moment. And we had to run it back on Last Resort, too. I was like, yo, since you're in the house. And we knew she's an old school Papa Roach fan, like was jamming to us in high school. It was dope. It was epic.
So that song also was, you were told that, I think that week or two, that it went gold too. So that
Yes.
was cool.
Yeah, we got to present the gold plaque to Carrie on stage, surprise her with it, which was cool. And yeah, it's pretty awesome that version of the song went gold, and we're blown away. It's such a blessing.
So I know you obviously have done collabs with other artists, but are we going to see more of that in the future come around with?
Oh yeah, we've been collabing with artists for years, you know, and just I think people more and more in the industry are a bit more willing to shine a spotlight on it now, especially in the rock world. More and more of it's happening lately, which is rad. Before it just wasn't really a trend, and we kept doing it. We're like, eventually people will catch on to this, and it's cool to see the rock world's come around to it.
Absolutely. Got to talk about social media. You and I, pretty close to the same age. As kids, we didn't have it. We didn't grow up with it, obviously, right? We weren't there. Have you embraced it since it's been around? When it started, did you embrace it?
When it first started, I was like, what are you trying to get me to do? And then I remember I got a Facebook page, and I was like glued in. I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these people I haven't seen in years. And that was great, you know. And then we started to kind of see the connection that we could make with our fans through social media. And that's kind of when I bought into it. And now it's like an essential part of what we do. It's free promotion. Essentially, it's like, it's just sweat equity. It's like, how much effort do I want to put into it? And we really see the way that it moves the needle for us. And it reminds people about old school tracks of ours. We're shooting these like one-take videos of like old school tracks, and then bringing the new school stuff into it as well. It's like a great way to, just connect and let people know we're coming to their town. I just did this thing where I'm like flyering. Remember back in the day when bands would go out and like post them on the post? I went and did that for this tour, and just doing some fun stuff with it, and we enjoy it. I think it's a great way to connect.
Well, I was going to ask you, is it helping you connect with the new generation of Papa Roach
Absolutely.
fans?
Totally. I think it's another way to just let people know that we're making waves still. And a lot of the old school bands, from our era are not embracing it.
Yep. And
it's like you see the difference. It's like, you going to jump on or just kind of do your thing? And so
you pivoted well with that.
Yeah, I think so, man. It's just, I think for me, a big part of it is the team we got around us. My youngest brother, Bryson, has been running our social media and doing a great job for years, and he is part of that younger generation, and so he was always pushing it to me. Yo, dude, you got to get on this. I'm like, bah. I'm all about it now.
I love the car karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about that for a little bit. You've had some cool people in that car, and I'm assuming we're going to see some more.
Oh, yeah. I just shot a couple on this tour, and it's cool to feature people's music. I did one with Chris Daughtry. It's definitely something that we'll do more of. I just got to find the time to do it.
Can you give us a sneak who you got coming up?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty obvious who are we on tour with. Come on.
All right, let's talk about some other things here. Speaking of the new generation about rock music, obviously there's lots of bands that have stormed on the scene as of late. I'll say like Bad Omens, Sleep Theory, Spirit Box, and now Sleep Token has kind of been a new hot thing.
Yeah.
Do you follow any of these, and what's your thoughts about it?
Oh, yeah, man. Spirit Box is great. They're great friends of ours. Sleep Token's having an insane moment right now. Shout out to them. It's cool. Making guitars cool again in pop culture, which is dope. Yeah, man. And so there's exciting. Sleep Theory's another band that I think is great. They're bringing the heat. We're talking with them about maybe going up to Canada together, bringing them out with us. And so I think they're a great young band. And so it's exciting to see that there's inspired, fresh-sounding rock music out right now that's impressing people.
Let's talk about the new album. Obviously, you got a new album coming up. What is the direction of this album being planned sound-wise?
I think we're really picking up where we left off on Ego Trip. I think we hit a stride on that album, and I think that within that album, there's a lot of different facets of who we are as a band, and I think we're just going to kind of continue where we were in that space because it feels modern, but there's elements of throwback within it, and I think it's important to kind of celebrate the new school, but then also like what are those old school elements of Papa Roach that we feel are impactful and important.
Cool. 25 years in Fest.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's amazing, man.
Let's talk about 20 years from now. How do you feel people will maybe receive or remember Papa Roach in 25 years?
Oh, man.
You ever thought about that?
I don't know. Who knows, man? I mean, I know right now where we stand, it's like we got some like respect on our name, which is cool. You know, you get the hater every once in a while online, but it's like keyboard heroes, you know, are gonna they say haters gonna hate. But dude, the love that we're feeling right now is immense, and it is not lost on me. I'm so grateful that we're having this moment again. And so, yeah, I definitely like, it's funny because my friend hit me up a few years ago. He's like, dude, you guys will be a bit eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in like 5 years. I'm like laughing, you know.
Never thought of that.
And now it's like, wow, maybe that could be a thing. So yeah, man, I think Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would be a dope thing to put up on it, whether I'm dead or alive for that moment. I think one day we'll be worthy of it.
That's awesome. Hey, I know we got to get going. You've got a show to play here, but I really appreciate the time sitting down with me and my daughter here, Ella, to hang out for a little bit and talk.
Dad life, the rad life, dude. That's what's up.
I know you're a dad, and I know.
That's right.
Is the boy still playing football?
No, he's playing lacrosse now.
Okay.
He changed sports, and his team right now is kicking ass. They're 6-0 in league. So look out for the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. We're going to take it all. Let's go.
Nice. Jacoby, once again, thanks so much for the time.
Great rapping with you, man.
Once again, that is Jacoby Shaddix. That is Papa Roach.